What's going on? It's your boy Aristotle Investments. We back with another episode of Out the Mud featuring my dog Ted.
Sometimes you got to do stuff that's not cute, not pretty to get to some money so you can be able to have food on the table for them. What I really understood was that if I can just get people to buy from me that are in other cities, other states, I'd never go broke. Each collection that you release needs to have a theme around it. That's what gets people to stick. If you have a storyline and you add a theme, there's now something interesting about the brand that's different from everyone else. Everybody on social media is showing what they want to show that will give them a good perception from another person's eye. You're trying to gain followers, so you don't want to look bad. With more money comes bigger problems. The problems never go away. The problems scale with the money and the potential that you reach in.
What's going on? It's your boy Aristotle. We with an episode of Out the Mud, a series where we talk about people who started from the bottom. And who better to talk about than my man Tez? What's happening, bro?
What's good, bro? It's a pleasure and an honor to be on here, bro.
Appreciate it. Honor. That's dope, bro. I'm glad you think that of me. I think you a good person too, man. So let's talk about it, man. How old are you now?
25.
25.
Yeah, some years catching up on me.
Catching up. What? Well, I'm 28. Remember when I was like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They catching us,
you
man.
remember me when I was 24?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's crazy.
you from Cleveland, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So talk to me about it. What is it like growing up in Cleveland?
Yeah, Cleveland, I would say it's different. It's not like a Chicago or like a Detroit or a Baltimore, but it's like a mixture of all of them. And I feel like it's such a small city that there's not a lot of really successful people that you can look up to outside of like Steve Harvey or like MGK's. But if it's like if you're not going into entertainment or if you're not going into, sports or something, there's no real figure to really look up to that most people know of. So I would say growing up in Cleveland, it's very similar to a lot of those places. Everything got their own hoods, they suburbs, but I think for me, I really learned a lot about culture and people. Like you learn a lot about people when they're in certain environments, and we don't got enough to be able to pay for food or pay for certain stuff. How people act when they're in survival mode gonna be completely different than when you go to other bigger cities, and it's easier to survive off of.
So okay. So I can see that how Cleveland got that flavor of it's like got its own tune, but it's kind of like everything in one.
Exactly. And
Okay.
it's small, like everybody know each other.
So you real known in Cleveland.
Yeah, but that's why I moved. So that's a big
I feel
reason.
you on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm real known in Atlanta, so I like to live on the outskirts of Atlanta rather than
Exactly.
in the heart. But I still do business in the heart of Atlanta. I just
Exactly.
can't live in the heart of Atlanta. You feel me? I feel like that's how you gotta move. And most people that I know in Atlanta who do live like that.
Yeah.
Like no celebrity, they do, but they be from out of town.
Right.
Nobody from Atlanta lives downtown Atlanta, as far as I know.
Right.
But everybody got operations down here, which is dope, and we all commute down here and everything. So yeah, bro. And you got a daughter.
Yes, sir.
You had her as a teenager.
Yeah, 18, right out the
18.
gate. Yeah.
You are. Were you? That was in high school.
Yeah, so I found out during prom that I was having a kid. And
Oh, so that's towards the end anyway.
towards the end, but I started applying for colleges. And at the time, like, there was no young people I could say that I was really looking up to. So a lot of the mistakes that I made was just me being dumb. And I always take accountability for everything. But I would say when I found out, I had already applied to schools and I got accepted by like 2. But I wasn't like a genius or nothing. And I didn't even know how I was going to pay for college. So it was more so like I'm going to go out and just take the traditional route. But when I found out I had my daughter, I remember going to the college itself, the one I was going to choose. It was like maybe 30 or 40 minutes away from home. But I remember talking to the guidance counselor, and I'm like, yeah, I just found out I got a kid. And she was like, I mean, you got a really difficult decision to make. It's either you take the high road and you go the college route, and you know you're gonna have to be a dad part-time, or you be a dad full-time and figure out everything else part-time. And I was like, I'm gonna be a full-on dad. And then I just turned my hustle up, just start doing everything I could to get to the bag. And it's like, sometimes you got to do stuff that's not cute, not pretty, that's not fun, that's not like praised to get to some money so you can be able to have food on the table for them or so you can pay for medicine. And that was my case. Like when my daughter gets sick, I'm like, damn, I got to figure out a way to be able to pay for medicine. I got to be able to get back and forth from place to place. And it's like, you just got to learn there's principles to life. And especially when you're in survival mode and you ain't really got much, you got to learn how to like find ways that you can have, like find new skill sets that you can learn so you can learn how to make a lot of money with those skill sets.
Have you always wanted to invest in stocks, learn the stock market, interested in trading to earn another stream of income? Let's just say the average person in America makes $20 an hour. That's only $160 after an 8-hour shift. With my best-selling option trading beginners course, 6-step process to being a profitable trader, free books, and you even get to watch videos of me teaching celebrities like DC Young Fly from scratch. I can cut your time to make $200 plus in a day in just 1 to 2 hours. Don't believe me? Check out these gangs of accounts from different people that I help flip their accounts 100%. Yes, that means double the money in their accounts. For only $35, you get the best beginners course, 1 week access to my world famous trading signals. I have an 85% win rate already this year, 30 plus hours of additional training, a library of free books, a free beginners Q&A session with you at the end of the week via Zoom link. And I meet up with my community at all the major cities in America annually. You're basically in free because the return on investment I'll give you for only $35, just $5 a day, will 10x. Think about it. If the world shuts down again like the 2020 pandemic, how will you survive if your job decides to lay you off? All of these robots are taking our jobs, but they can't take the stock market. This stream of income could be earned while at home, no boss, and no behind kissing. Tap in. Link in the description, or I'll pin the link in the comments. Keep watching. Right when you graduated, you started to sell do-rags, and do-rags gave you your initial money to start your life with, correct?
Exactly.
Can you walk me through that process of how you got to that, selling do-rags?
Yeah. So basically, one day I was at a beauty supply store, and I was always like a waver. Like back then, that's when waves was like in. And that was when like Bow Wow was doing a lot of commercials and stuff. That's when it was like really in. People was buying do-rags and stuff. So it was this beauty supply store that was like 10 minutes away from my house. And I walked in there and the guy spoke Arabic. And I had lived in Egypt for 4 years and I'm also Muslim. So when I first walked in, I heard him speaking Arabic and I spoke back to him. He like young black kid in the hood. The beauty supply store was in the hood. And he like, young black kid speaking Arabic, like this don't make no sense. So we got a chance to sit down and talk, and I told him, I'm like, look, I think I want to start selling do-rags because I already bought so many of them from you. I would like to sell them to some other people. And he was like, okay, cool. So he was selling them for $5. I started buying them for $3. But what I started doing was I sold them to other people for $5, but I charged them a delivery fee. So every time somebody would hit me up on Instagram after I posted all these different colored do-rags and I could pull up on them, I charge them anywhere from like $5 to $20 for delivery. So basically it's like Uber delivery before that shit ever came out, but for do-rags and bonnets. And
You took over the city with that.
took over the city with that. And that's how I only had like maybe 3,000 or 4,000 followers at the time, but that's how I grew my following in my city first. And then I was like, you know what? I started realizing a lot of my friends wasn't buying from me and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's when I learned you gonna get rich off people who don't know you. So you can't worry about support. You can't worry about who buying from you, who not.
So most of your customers were not friends. They were people who just liked your motion on social media that were local in Cleveland.
Exactly. And I always promoted myself though too. So like even when like I would get people who would be laughing at me, or what you doing selling do-rags, you know, like I would get DMs like, you know, I can just go to the beauty supply store and get one. And I'm like, yeah, but people still buying them from me.
Yeah.
And then every time I deliver one to somebody, I tell them like, hey, is it cool if you post this on your story real quick? It helped me a ton if you just tag me and just say you got your do-rag from me. And that's how I was able to like pick up my following fast, because people like, oh, he sell do-rags, he delivering it, start following me. And everyone, I kid you not, bro, like maybe 5 to 10% of the people I knew was buying from me. Everybody else had no clue who I was. So I was pulling up on people for the first time ever. And they never knew who I was before that. And
it was like, so were you somewhat popular?
Nah, not at all. I mean, I feel like because Cleveland is so small, I would say I wasn't known for having money. I was just known for being a hustler. And it's like, it's a difference, because I can get in certain rooms just based off of the way that I carry myself. So because of that, I was able to grow my following. And with that, I was like, you know what, let me start an online business. And I learned about Shopify, built my website on my phone while I was living on Section 8. And then was like, you know what, let me just start selling online.
What year did you first start dabbling into Shopify? What year was that?
2018. I started off with like drop shipping ring lights. I was drop shipping skincare products. I was drop shipping like hair products. And then I was doing that stuff on the side of my do-rags. And I'm like, I'm starting to understand how the online work. But what I really understood was that if I can just get people to buy from me that are in other cities, other states, I'd never go broke. If I can just get somebody to buy from me that doesn't know who I am, but just are in a different place.
Right.
So I just started saying, fuck it. I cut everything off in person and I told everybody to shop with me online. And then I built my brand Snag-a-Rag. And it's like snag a rag, like literally cop a do-rag. And then that shit just blew up.
So Snaggerag Blue, you were also selling it online too.
Yeah, I was selling online.
Okay. And when did you start making enough money to where you didn't need a 9 to 5 anymore?
I always try to tell people, bro, like, my goal was never to leave my 9 to 5 too early. Cause even with me hating my job, at first I was working at a factory.
Right.
But my factory job was taken away from my time with my daughter because she was a newborn. But more importantly, I wasn't sleeping good. So like I had just got kicked out of my mom's house. I'm working at a factory and the factory needed me there by 6 a.m. So I'm waking up every day at 5 a.m. and it's a 30-minute commute. So now I'm getting there at 6 a.m. but I don't get off until 3 or 4 p.m. But then after that, I have zero energy to do anything. And then what I would do is normally I would just get off work and just play Call of Duty for a little bit, lay down. By the time 7 to 8 p.m. hit, it's time for me to go to sleep because I got to get up at 6. And my life looked like that until I decided to like make a change for myself. Like when I started realizing people were getting sick in in the factory I was working at because of the fumes that they were smelling, I was like, bro, I can't go out like this. Like no way, no day. So I was like,
Right.
you know what? I started working from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. on my business and learn about Shopify apps, how e-commerce worked, watched all the YouTube videos, and I just went down a rabbit hole. And I was just like, as long as I keep feeding myself knowledge, I never go broke.
That's crazy because it's like so parallel with me. And everything you said was exactly what I went through. You know what I'm saying? Of course, this episode's about you, so I don't want to make it too much about me. But yeah, like just when you said, first of all, you figured out that family and friends aren't going to buy from you. I realized that around the same. But I always told you you're ahead of your time because you were 3 years ahead of me. I
Right.
remember when we were 24 and you was 21 and I was telling you, like, bro, like the shit you on, that's what I was on. But
Right.
you was on that shit at 18, I was on that shit at 21.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, you still like,
And if it wasn't for people like you in my ear at 21, because I started the do-rag business, but I was doing like, my profit margins was like 70, I would say like 60 to 70%.
you started the clothing brand too.
I started clothing afterwards, but I had ran up my first about 200K off do-rags. And it was like 200K liquid. So that was like when I turned 20, that's when I first had my first 200K.
Damn.
And it was like, I'm on a different type of level now as
And
far
you quit
as,
your job when you got that.
nah, I was still working my job. When my do-rag brand started doing like 30 to 40,000 a month, there was a time I almost got sued by Louis Vuitton. So I was
Oh,
selling,
because you was selling a print.
I was selling designer do-rags, bonnets, then I was doing velvet, then I was doing silk, and there was some other shit I was coming out with like hologram and all types of stuff. And I got a letter in the mail from Louis Vuitton. It was like, yeah, we see you promoting your stuff on ads. We want to see all the numbers that you ever made from selling our printed do-rags. I'm like, y'all don't even have do-rags. Like, how can y'all, what? But I didn't understand copyright. I didn't understand trademark. I didn't understand business as a whole. I just thought I was cool. Well, and I took that shit down, and then I was like, you know what? Let me get into the clothing space. Like, let me do something different. And the margins was way higher, and I was like, fuck it, let me just jump into this.
So when you had your clothing brand, you started the One Love. Was that the first name of clothing brand you started?
I had multiple names before it, but One Love was like, I originally came up with the idea while I was doing my do-rag business because my daughter was always like, it was just a saying I would always say, like, this is my one love. Like, this is the one thing in my life that God placed in my life. And even though I don't understand, I truly feel like it's a real blessing. And I was just like, that's my one love. And I was saying it ahead of my time before I started the business. So when it came to coming up with a business name, I'm like, one love. And then I was like, nobody else got it. Let me just run with it.
So the inspiration was your daughter.
Exactly. And
I see that.
the logo from it was her first birthday. I had bought her a bear, and one of her favorite things to play with was balloons. So then the logo was a bear with a balloon.
Mascot is the bear in the balloon. That's what's up. So walk me through, as a beginner, you started your clothing brand. First thing first was to come up with a name, grab a logo.
Exactly.
Where did you get your logo from? Who designed your logo?
So at the time, I was working with a younger guy because I was building my following at this point. So when I started the clothing brand, I probably had, I don't even know, probably like 50 or 60,000 followers on Instagram just from promoting myself.
Yeah.
And I had a video that me and my daughter did when I was selling do-rags that went viral. And I ran ads to it. So I was gaining way more followers. Like it was accelerated, especially back then. And when it came to the logo, it was just a guy who just liked all the content I was doing.
Time out. You knew how to run ads since you were 18 years old.
I knew
Because I just thought about that. You ran your ads. These were Facebook ads.
Facebook ads.
Yeah, you were definitely ahead of your time.
I was running them at 19, but I was at 19, 20, I started selling cars. But while I was in there selling cars, I was at my computer during my lunch breaks, logging into Facebook Ads Manager and just spending money on my ad account. So all the money I was making from selling cars, I would sit there and spend it all right there on Facebook ads to sell my do-rags. And then some days I'd be in the negative, and then if I'm in the red, I go out there and like call hella people to try to close a deal because I was getting commission from selling cars. And I try to close a deal as quickly as possible. I try to take a walk in, and that was just my cycle for the first few months until I learned how Facebook ads really work. And then I realized like it's all about the actual creative. So it was me and my daughter. We did a video together. When it went viral organically, I'm like, I wonder if I just pour more gasoline on it, would it get me more money? And that shit took off. That was the first time I had a real winning ad. And that shit just, it did wonders for my business. And I didn't even know what I was really doing there. And I was just like putting in $100, getting back $1,100 out of ads in the same day. And I'm like, oh shit. And I just kept scaling it up, kept throwing money at it while I was working my job.
That's crazy because you're right. Like, if you were to run ads prior to 2019, I did run ads, but I ran ads in a different way. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so like you're right. Like the traction we were getting, even when you had a little bit of followers, all your followers used to see everything.
Exactly.
So if you had 10,000, 3,000 followers, you had that many followers.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? And
Way
you
different.
knew everybody was looking at it, but now we know purposely they're making it, they're blocking your followers to entice you to run ads. That's the whole point. Give you less traction, see yourself losing followers, give you the solution. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's dope. You were running ads, and you learn ads from YouTube.
I learned all of it from YouTube. Every skill set that I learned from YouTube and then trial and tribulation, like losing my own money.
Same thing. I learned from YouTube, and then I learned from joining communities. But like
Communities, yep.
communities would get me in for free
Right.
because who I was type thing. But I would pay for stuff. So man, yeah, there's so many parallels. So the next question I have is: you ran the ads, you started a clothing brand, and you said the logo was somebody who followed you already,
Exactly.
and he just offered his services.
I think I paid $80 for the logo. He made the logo. Then I posted on my story. I'm like, hey, do y'all like this logo? At the time, the logo was different. So they was like, nah. And then I had to go back to him for revisions. And then we changed it up. And then I did it again. And they were still like, nah. I'm like, bruh, fuck. Then I went back to him again, made the last changes, posted it again. Everybody was fucking with it.
Yeah, okay. So when you started your clothing brand, when did you start to see profit?
Out the gate. Because I learned how to grow my business with the do-rags, like the do-rag business, like I said, it made me my first 200K. So I had sold, I don't even know how many orders now. At this point, I have no idea. It's probably over 10,000 orders now. So I had so many reps in the game before I started the clothing. I just knew clothing was different because you're selling stuff at a higher price,
Right.
and it weighs more. So now the shipping gonna be different. But
Right.
majority of everything else was pretty much the same. So basically all I did was did a 72-hour pre-order where basically I bought samples first for the clothes. So I was selling jogging suits first because I'm like, if I sell a shirt, I'm only gonna be able to sell a shirt for like $30, $40. If I sell a
Right.
jogging suit, a hoodie, and a bottom, I could sell it for $120. So the samples back then, this was before inflation started going crazy.
Right.
I bought 4 jogging suits, one for myself, my little sister, my daughter, and my mom. And then I did a family photo shoot because One Love was family oriented. But my idea behind it was I want to make stuff that's like matching clothes for families. So your kids can get some stuff, you can get some stuff, your spouse can get some. And my idea behind that was like I can get people to spend more money with me. But I have learned that from selling do-rags and bonnets together as sets. People always love buying stuff together. And then when I add kids, do-rags and bonnets, people was just spending more money with me, buying more units because I have more options. So then I was like, I'm gonna do the same thing. And we did a photo shoot. We didn't run no ads. We did the photo shoot. I posted on my page. The first 72 hours I launched the clothing brand, we did 10,000. And like 6,000 of it, or maybe like 5,500 was profit. So right out the gate, we seen profit.
That's what's up, bro. Yeah, I guess I could say I was ahead of my time too, because I was selling shoes on eBay because I was 17 years old. Made my first online sale at 17.
That's hard.
In 2014.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like so I was kind of ahead of my time. I was doing that in high school. Funny story. A dude sold me a pair of Bred 11s for $100. I put that thing on eBay and ran an auction, and they bid it all the way up to $440. So I just kept taking that $340 profit, go buy me another pair, put it on eBay. But I would only buy the most exclusive pair. So I went on Kicks on Fire, things like that, to figure I had to learn the shoe game.
Exactly.
And then when I couldn't get some Jordans, I would buy some KD 6s at the time.
And them was in, boy. Them and LeBron's.
Anything you could have get for KD, like back in that day, where they would sell out.
Yeah, facts.
Nah, LeBron's wouldn't sell out.
Some Kobe's would. That's what I mean. Kobe's.
Maybe in Cleveland, KD
Yeah.
6s, people stood in line for KD 6s.
I get
Like
that.
the J's.
Yeah.
That was the first time I seen a sneaker. Like, but that's neither here nor there. We gonna get back to the story.
Right.
So, all right. So, cause I'm just trying to, I'm pretending like I'm the audience, and I'm like, okay, I really want to know about this clothing brand stuff. Okay, so if somebody was to start a clothing brand, what would the first 3 steps be?
One is the brand name. You gotta have a North Star. So you gotta have the brand name. The second will be the meaning. And then third is who you're trying to sell to. So like I had those three things ahead of my journey of starting a clothing brand because I had already started a business before and it was successful. So that was just the first 3 things that my mind went to. But for each new person that's starting a new brand, those has to be your 3. Because if those aren't aligned, if the audience you're trying to sell to and the name and the meaning of the brand don't resonate, you won't get sales. Like people try to make fire shit, and yeah, you might get sales and stuff for right now, but you're not gonna build a real brand. And that's what my focus is. It's like really building brands. Like there's a meaning and it resonates with a certain audience or certain niche group of people, and I'm gonna sell to that people, and that's it. I don't need to overcomplicate it. It's the same thing with Nike.
Okay. So those would be the first 3 steps. All right. So what advice would you give somebody in the new market of 2024? And the reason I ask this is because me and you both know ads aren't the same.
Yeah.
Nothing's the same. And the consumer done got smarter. They barely really feed into people as a celebrity as they used to. Celebrity presence went down. So knowing all that, in 2024, what advice would you give somebody just now starting a clothing brand to be able to have instant success like you did?
I would say the best thing you could do right out the gate is focus on cinematic videos for your brand. Like try to have like a theme around your brand. So like each collection that you release needs to have a theme around it. And that's what gets people to stick. If you have a storyline and you add a theme, there's now something interesting about the brand that's different from everyone else.
So they gotta invest in great production is what you're saying.
I would say use an iPhone. If you lower your exposure on your camera, so if you go to like video, if you go down, you can lower your exposure so it'll give it that cinematic look when it's a little bit darker. And then you want to shoot in 4K 60. And from there, I'm not a camera person, so for the other camera people, if y'all know some crazy edits or something like that, tell people down below. But I would say that, and then use CapCut. and just chop up the videos and look at like how like cinematic, like I swear to God, right now what I'm seeing that's working really good is cinematic films for your brands being posted on platforms like TikTok. And it's getting people to watch longer. And that's what these platforms want. They want to see how can you keep people on these platforms longer. And that's what they're going to reward you with: views, likes, comments, followers.
And then also like trendy things, making your brand a trend. I saw too, you used to, the first time I ever discovered you was a ad that you paid for on either like black social medias,
Yep.
black wealth enterprise, whatever. You were running those ads.
Yeah.
And those ears, no offense, were iconic. I was like, oh, that's Tez right there,
I
goddamn.
appreciate it. Yeah, that was a play from somebody I had learned, and I basically did like a photo shoot, and then I took myself and I edited. I had like somebody edit the picture and then just put at the top like young black dad teaches people about Facebook ads, da 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 da. And then what's crazy is at the time, because I had like learned about ads and there was like no real courses or nothing, I was like, I'm gonna just come out with like a course. And I just made it like $30. I was like, I'm not about to tax people. Cause at the time I didn't know nothing about that. People kept asking me and I'm like, bro, I'm not about to go into your ad account and do this for you. I'll just give you videos. And so I posted that to Black Millionaires and Shade Room. At the time, the Shade Room cost $2,300 for a post. So I paid $2,300, and then that same day we made $30,000 off the course for $30. Yeah, and I think it was just cause like young black dad. I think that's what it was.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, like, and you were like running them continuously. So like, the way you marketed yourself, you were great at marketing. I will say that. Like, you don't give yourself enough credit.
I don't. You're right.
Goddamn, but I'm gonna give you the credit, bro. Like on some
appreciate
real shit. Like, man to man, that's how I discovered you.
That's fire.
From one of those ads that you paid for. And it wasn't your Facebook ads, nothing. It was Black Millionaires, Black Wealth Renaissance.
Yeah.
And then you had it on multiple platforms.
Yep.
So it was like hard for people not to notice you.
Exactly.
Regardless. Like, and then, when they see you in person, I'm telling you, they gonna see them ears and they gonna be like, that's that nigga right there. I just play.
If y'all don't know, me and him close, bro. So he be talking crazy.
Yeah. Nah, for real. I was like, bro, that's brother from online. You definitely got a distinctive face.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So like now, we could talk about the real man thing, bro. So I will say this. I witnessed you develop a lot, and you are accelerating. You're only 25, but you carry yourself like a 30-year-old man, and just like any young guy, you still got that, hey, don't try me though. You know what I'm saying? That won't leave until you get about 30.
Okay, good.
That don't leave until that don't leave till you get about 30. At 28, it's calming down. Like, okay, I gotta think smarter. Somebody, if I hit somebody, they can sue me or thing. So talk to me about your mental health journey, because I know when you have money, family entitlement comes.
Yep.
You gotta deal with that, and then when you're young, you gotta deal with that. How did you deal with that at a young age?
It was very difficult because
Still is, I bet.
it's extremely difficult because there's not a lot of people in my family that can relate to me. And I feel like like when me and you talk, there's some relatability there. So I can, like, when you talk to me, I can look up to you from a big brother standpoint, but I also look at you from a person who's gone through a lot of the stuff that I'm about to go through and I'm going through right now. So there's a sense of like wisdom there that I can catch off of you. But like for me, I made a good amount of money really young, and I didn't understand a lot of principles that came with the money. And one of them is like people always asking you for money. Family all now starting to look at you different. I wasn't used to that because growing up I was huge on family. And then when I started getting that and then started feeling weird, or people start treating me different, or when I come around certain family members, like they saying little weird slick stuff, or like you famous, or you this, that, and it's like, where'd this come from? Like, I'm just a normal person, just like you. But I feel like the way I dealt with it is like just reminding myself to stay grounded. Cause like as a young dad, you gotta mature very quickly. And it's like, I didn't have time to like, even still now, I'm still learning about my emotions. And like I feel like people get on these like videos and stuff and they try to make it seem like everything's perfect. Like
It's
hell
not.
no.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. Like there's a lot of times where my mental health is just like I really have to take a break for 3-4 days because my mental health just not there. And it's like sometimes I might have situations going on with my kid mom. Or I might have situations going on with family. Some situations pop up and I need to financially be able to step in and do something. And it just take a lot out of you because it's like, dang, nobody asks, how are you doing? How is your mental health?
Right.
The first thing people call you, they don't say, how are you? The text I get ain't, hey, how's it going? How's life? How's the kids?
And then right after that, what they do?
Asking you for something.
Yep.
And it's like, dang, like I can't get like a hello, no like
What?
warm welcome. So I would say the gym has changed my life. Like it's been a catalyst for my brain because I, I don't really talk to, I feel like as men too, as black men, we don't talk and confide in people because it's always like used against you.
Exactly.
So I go to the gym and I let out a lot of the negativity and stuff like that. And then my girl has been phenomenal too, just being able to communicate with somebody who don't judge me when I do. Because I feel like a lot of people think that because you're a black man, you're supposed to you're supposed to be tall, you're supposed to have everything aligned financially, your mental health's supposed to be perfect, you're supposed to be able to dunk at this age, all this stuff. And it's like, nah, bro, like for a good amount of us, especially for those watching us, like we go through shit every day. And I feel like when people get on social media and they make it seem like they're not going through it, I just feel like it's unrealistic. And I built my whole following and my whole brand, the real Tez, for just being me and just keeping it 100 at all times.
Right. Facts, man. Like, I agree with that. And of course, even I have to seek guidance on those things. Like, how do I deal with telling somebody no?
Exactly.
And, like, yeah, I'm going to tell you no, but now the relationship is sour because you and your feelings about what I can do for you instead of who I am.
How do you deal with like people like when you have to tell them no? Because that's still something I'm learning now.
Um, I'm still learning too, bro. Keeping 1,000 with you. But I'm learning key words to say because we so savage as black men.
Yeah,
We
that's true.
always on some like, if you try me, this is the repercussions of it.
Facts.
And I'm learning as a now to be leader and man that I can't respond to everybody negatively or with a tone, you know what I'm saying? Because people look up to us, unfortunately. And, so things like, not this time. You get what I'm saying?
Great word. That's
You
a
know
great
what I
word
mean?
choice. Yeah.
Not this time. Instead of avoiding them and I don't got it and things on that. But I was talking to an OG about it yesterday, and he was like, look, you just gotta understand certain stuff come with stuff. And that's the truth, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I had to stop understanding or trying to put myself, like, because we wouldn't do it, we be expecting that other people won't do it.
Right.
Because we real, we be expecting everybody else to be real.
It's true.
See what I'm saying? And you gotta kind of have a mentality of the world don't work that way. People gonna think how they want to think based on the position they're in, and you can't do nothing about it.
Right.
The entitlement is gonna come naturally because, and I know you heard these things that your family say. Well, my friends was always telling me, why I ain't on your level?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
You ain't never heard that before?
I've heard it for sure.
Right? My friends tell me why I ain't on, so that like they let their, you know what I mean? But then like you said, they don't relate to us. They never started an online business.
They never went through the trials and tribulations.
And they also think money grows on trees.
Exactly.
They think like this is endless. And to be honest, they don't even care. They're so focused on what they want. They don't understand if we lose this money, who gonna pick us up?
Right. Facts.
They don't understand that like, hey, these ads cost $100K a month.
Literally.
My kids cost this a month. Me cost this. Then my wife costs this. So after all those expenses, all I got is my mama, and my grandma. Those are and I only got 3 women who can just grab for me unconditionally.
Right.
And then, you know what I'm saying, really too, my mom and my grandma, I gotta keep her under control. Like, whoa, grandma, 'cause my grandma got, you know what I'm saying? Like, but still, that's how it be. So You just gotta take it day by day, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It's not easy for nobody. I don't even pretend like it's easy either. I let people know, bro. Entrepreneurship is hard.
Yeah.
Trading is hard, but at the same time, it's a perseverance standpoint that come with it, and it also come with a not watching other people's plate
Exactly.
perspective. Like as a man, you gotta be comfortable with what's yours. Like it's always gonna be somebody who have more than you. But at the end of the day, you got more than somebody else.
It's true.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
And I always keep that perspective. Even on your worst day, it's better than
A lot of people.
somebody in Egypt, Africa. You know that because you stayed there.
Yeah, lived in Egypt.
So it's like, don't humble yourself too much to the point where now you forgetting who you are.
Right.
See what I'm saying? You forgetting how far you've come. Sometimes you can allow people or compare yourself too much to the point where you forget how special you are.
Facts. It's a bar.
See what I'm saying?
Facts, yeah.
And that's what I avoid. So I don't scroll a lot on social media, not because I'm a hater and I don't want to see you. It's because maybe I know for a fact I don't want to compare myself or get thrown off track or see something you doing and then go want to do it too.
Right.
I know me. Sometimes you gotta look at yourself and figure out who are you and what type of man are you,
Right.
and act off that, based off you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And you doing that. I understand. I get rid of this stress with pain, so I go to the gym.
Exactly.
Physical pain. Me, I ain't gonna lie, bro. In the words of ESTG, the only way to get that pain away is if you get racks. Forever
Facts.
getting my lick back. 3 things that make me satisfied: revenge and getting some paper. But getting paper first, like I don't know why I like that.
It's just how it is. It's the best get back though.
And it ain't even about revenge, just getting paper, period.
Yeah.
That thing feels so good.
It's real
You
true.
know? It don't numb everything. Staying out the way too. I learned like people are energy suckers, bro.
Always, yeah.
And you gotta realize that. And the sooner you realize that, the better off you'll be. So all that trying to be social, trying to be on the scene, trying to have a large group of friends and this and that.
I learned the hard way, for sure. For sure.
You see, I'm not in no Power Ranger group. See what I'm saying?
Right.
You read 48 Laws of Power.
Yes.
You don't learn nothing from that book. What does that book mean? Every man is trying to rise to power.
Exactly.
So you gotta respect that as a man. So that means there's a certain level of distance that you gotta keep other men at.
Right.
Because you understand he's in it for himself as well as you.
Right. Exactly.
Correct?
You can't blame him either.
Can't. That's like, and then I be telling dude, okay, if a dude hit your girl, you gotta understand he's a man. He in it for himself.
Right.
A woman go up to a man and say, "Let me suck that." Well,
Right.
that's your girl. That ain't you. You know what I'm saying? So I be looking at men like that. Like you can't really get mad at the nature of men when you get burnt by another man.
Right.
That's his nature. Even in the lion, in the animal kingdom, the gorilla want to take off the head gorilla so he can get all the gorilla women. The lion, he want to take off. See what I'm saying? And
Always.
Black Panther, what did he want to do? Knock off.
The top. Yeah.
That's where they go.
It's his nature.
And finding those, like, you know, finding those group of men that resonate with you and won't hate on you and aren't threatened by you is the real key.
Yeah. And it's hard. It's difficult.
And you gotta learn how to spot that. Like, is this competition or is this friendship?
They look very similar too.
They don't.
In some cases.
They can.
Yeah.
I also learned this. You can't look at somebody's social media and say that's a real person until you meet them.
Right. It's huge.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't be like, oh, for real. I'm pretty sure you spend. What's your perspective on that?
I would say like, I try not to like, you're right though, because I never really look at a person and be like, oh, this is true. I just feel like I feel like everybody on social media is showing what they want to show that will give them a good perception from another person's eye. Because that's the
Right.
goal. You're trying to gain followers.
Right.
So you don't want to look bad. So I feel like it's more so like I just wait until I meet people in person. Cause I tell a lot from a person energy. From the first time I meet you, in the first 3 minutes we talk, I can tell a lot about you. But a lot of people don't know how to do that. And I just feel like when you separate yourself from people for a period of time and you do learn yourself, you understand everything about yourself, and you're okay with being honest with yourself about a lot of the stuff that you got going on, it's like you can spot when other people are uncomfortable about things that they haven't yet dealt with. And
Yeah.
that can like, you can be like, all right, I'm gonna decide to kind of do my own thing this way.
Yeah, I don't really like to. Even the 48 laws of power says avoid the unlucky.
Exactly.
And it's a messed up way for other people. But the one thing I respect about white men in their level, in their thinking of that 48 laws of power book is that's the game to rise to power. You can sit there and bash it, or you can take what it is and be like, let me apply it to my life. So I avoid the unlucky and the miserable because my way of giving back to the unlucky and miserable is these giveaways I do. I give you some money, I give you a pair of shoes, I give you some game. Watch my lives, I teach you. So, you get what I'm saying? But I can't allow you to be around me because I gotta be in this mode to succeed. This mode of happiness and unbotheredness. You know what I'm
Peace.
saying? Peace. I have to be, what I learned is you can't hustle unpeacefully as good as you want to. You have to be at a certain level of peace to hustle.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's where a lot of rappers go wrong. They got that same hood circle and they just pulling and pulling and pulling. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Any man, I know so many men in Atlanta who go through that. Not just rappers, but just everyday man. Built so many past relationships.
And leeches.
Yeah, and they just pull at it. He's elevating, but they not. So they dragging him down. And then soon it works.
Right.
He was supposed to be up here, but he right there.
Yeah.
Purgatory. Cause and I learned that I gotta hurt the feelings of anybody who plans to drag me down.
And that's real.
You have to. I've hurt feelings. I've hurt so many feelings on this way to go up. If you can't get me here, I gotta kick you back down. You're not finna drag me. You're not finna keep me where I'm supposed to go here.
Right.
I didn't do anything wrong to you. It's business. I gotta go find who can help me get there.
Exactly.
I gotta be around the energies that are for me.
Right.
You know? And a lot of times we be talking about networking. Law of attraction. Going out and finding your person isn't how it works.
Person come to you.
Or you on your grind, he notices.
Then they come to you. Exactly.
And the moment you notice he noticed, that's when you can go to him. Okay, you follow me. Cool. And I had to learn that too. Networking is like planting seeds. A lot of mistakes we'll make as young people is we'll meet somebody, right? We'll be on some like, I'm trying to I got this idea. Let's build quickly. And then as you get older, you be like, that's where I went wrong. I pushed the issue too fast.
Way too fast.
Now, like, let them follow you for a minute. Let them see what you got going on. See what I'm saying?
Right. It's basically like placing a bet and giving it enough time to play out. It's like options trading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I seen, like, for instance, I'll watch who likes my stuff, right? And I'll see, okay, and then I see, okay, you saw me go to Africa, Tokyo, this, that. You seen me buy this building. You saw all of that? Cool. You didn't see all of that. I gotta wait till you see something else in order to, see what I'm saying?
Make a connection.
And sometimes it take people years to respect you.
Right.
I had to learn that too, like, it take a good 2 years just for you to respect somebody for real. If we being honest.
Right.
Cause seeing somebody do something for a time period versus is a different level of respect. And me and you both know that.
Exactly.
Seeing somebody last. So, I had to learn that too. Give it time, bro. These quick, hit it off, friendships, them shits, you know them shits don't work.
Yeah, they burn quicker than they came.
And I learned, and what does the 48 laws of power say? Commit to no one until it's proven.
Right.
So I had to learn that too. Yeah, you got followers on social media. Yeah, I got followers on social media. Yeah, we two young black men who get money. But does that mean we should be close friends?
Right. That's true.
Not yet. See what I'm saying? And a lot of guys want you to commit to them so early.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
And I had to learn that too, like, never let a dude, you know what I'm saying?
It's always okay to take your time.
Yeah. I learned a lot through this, and I'm pretty sure what have you learned so far just living in Atlanta and maneuvering through people? Like, what lessons have you learned?
A lot. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of like principles to money because you start getting around people who have money but don't have. And it's something I learned not too long ago. But like, your moral compass would be off if you get money and you don't focus on your morality. And what I mean by that is like doing weird shit. Just like having money and doing weird shit don't make you less of a weirdo. It just make you a weirdo with money.
Right.
And I feel like what I learned is like a lot of people act out of character around people with money, when in reality, that's when you should show your character the most. And I feel like people who get money, they got a certain level of, what would I say? They got a certain level of like, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but like they think of themselves highly. And if they see you doing shit and it's not, and you kind of like making yourself look bad, it's gonna make them not want to be around you more. It's gonna make them not want to do business with you more, as opposed to just being laid back, chill, be yourself, and not trying to talk to every single person. Because like when I go to events out here in Atlanta, I've been to a lot of them, and the one thing I can say is I do get invited to a lot of stuff now. But kind of like you said before the cameras turned on, like I don't really go nowhere where I'm not invited, or I'm not about to just like go out my way to go kick it with people unless I'm like real close with you. And most of the time I'm not. So it's like I had to learn, and I knew this already, being in Cleveland, but it's okay to just be alone
Yes.
and just be in your small, like that family group, like that you really love. Is like that's damn near the best thing to me.
Because you ain't got to worry about your girl hating on you.
Exactly.
You ain't got to worry about your kid hating on you. Like my OG said, they the realest people.
Exactly.
Usually when somebody's coming around you, they want something. They already got how they gonna benefit out of this.
Right.
But 9 times out of 10, you aren't included.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? like that's the part I don't respect, and what made me pull back. You got how you're going to benefit out of this situation, but how are we mutually going to benefit?
Exactly.
It's never really reciprocation.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So you have learned a lot since you moved to Atlanta. How is Atlanta? Is it as advertised?
I knew it always to be a lit black city,
Right.
and I love that. Because in Cleveland, it's a lot of black people, just not a lot of success. In Atlanta, it's a lot of black people and it's a lot of success. So it's like, not only have I learned that, but there's just more people in different circles, like really starting to come together. And I feel like it's different because in most cities, bro, you're just not gonna be able to go somewhere and communicate with a person who actually want to see you win, at least from what they say. And they might prove it. They might prove it to you that they do want to see you win by, hey, use this resource. Hey, I use this. You might want to try it out. And just giving you game in areas sometimes you may be needing it. Because it's hella times where I've been I got in one room by chance and I learned something that ended up making me some money. And it's like in other cities, you just don't get that because everybody else is in it for themselves. And I feel like it's a scary thing, but it's the reality is like people want you to win. They just don't want you to do better than them. And it's like when people don't understand this enough, but it's like when you start getting around people who have more than you and they have an abundance way of thinking, they don't think of like me giving to you as taken away from me. It's just like it's an extension of me giving to you and my blessings that's gonna come from above.
I'll say this. Even I had to learn this too. Sometimes we confuse too people may not want to see you they don't want to see you doing it's like that they don't want to see you better than you. You just not about to use my resources to get there.
That's a different way.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I want to see you win. I rock with you, but you're not going to. And then sometimes we got to admit that the resources that they have may be bigger than what something we can offer them back mutually.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So sometimes you'll meet somebody, but they'll feel like they just better than you.
Yeah.
Or their resources is more valued than yours. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing you can offer them in return that'll make them want to share their resources with you.
Exactly.
So what I learned is like, you can't really, can't be entitled to anybody's resources.
Exactly.
You get what I mean?
Right.
So once you learn that, that's when you realize no matter what, I might as well do it myself anyways.
Exactly.
Because if I network, he's probably going to feel like he's better than me anyway, and there's nothing I can offer him in return. Mm-hmm. If I tell him this plan, he'll probably take it and run with it. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So why am I in this room?
That's true.
Unless you call on me to do something, I'm going to build my own thing and focus on my own thing.
Right.
Focus on your customers, not your competitors.
Yep.
That's what I live by. Your competitors don't want to buy, they want it for free.
Exactly. That's true.
You got 10 people who dislike you, and none of them want to buy anyways. You got 1,000 people who love you, and they buying.
Right.
So why not focus on the 1,000 versus the 10?
It's true.
That's how I look at it. So remember we had a perspective, you was like, do you get people attack you? And I was like, oh snap, I do. But it was the mindset shift I had. Mm-hmm. You're not a buyer anyways.
Yeah, so what does it matter?
And I'm running ads I just brought in another follower today to replace your one person.
Right.
I'm going to keep running these ads to replace every hater. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm going to bring in 5 lovers for every hater.
Right.
Probably 10, I'll be honest.
Yeah, real life.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, man, who cares? Like, you're not supposed to. And then there's another thing. You got to learn certain things in life. Like, you're not supposed to be liked by everybody.
Yeah.
It don't work like that. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, life just don't work like that.
Mm-hmm. Got to accept it for what it is.
It don't matter, like, case or not. Does it matter if I think he corny? Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying I do, but I'm saying, like, in general, like, he got his own audience.
All right.
This man got a freak ton of people who want to buy his streams.
Yeah.
So does it really matter what I think?
Exactly.
That's not going to stop the next buyer coming in.
Not at all.
So why even have that energy? Mm-hmm. And yeah, bro, I'm just learning a lot about that. Learning how to preserve your peace. Learning that no one owes you a thing.
Right.
Learning that social media doesn't make, I've been learning this 2 years ago, but social media doesn't make us close.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some people believe that. Like, you know how many people like, hey, bro, like, don't you see my ad? Don't you see this?
Yeah.
You need to do an interview with me. I'm like, I don't rock with your brand.
All right. That's just what it is.
You can't make me like you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And once I seen that kind of energy going on with the space, I was like, dang, they really think like you're supposed to like them. Mm-hmm. Supposed to do business with them.
Right.
Like I didn't just go on YouTube and see scam you.
Exactly. And that'd be a really big thing too.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I research on YouTube and I see your name and scam and they have proof, I'm going to see what they talking about.
Exactly. And do my research.
I have to. That's another thing I had to learn too. Oof, please do your research.
That's facts.
Somebody come out of nowhere, do your research.
Yeah, okay. You got
Why is nobody rocking with you?
That's true.
And then you're just a lone star and you coming straight to me.
Huge fact.
And this looks like you a runaway. You know what I'm saying? like you a stripper or some shit. You feel me? Like, why you want to strip at my club? Your parents didn't take care of you. What's going on?
They took away
You feel me? So just learning how to really sense the bullshit before it comes.
Right.
And nobody can really teach you that. You gotta experience it, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, but that's what life for.
And you 25, so it's like, I bet you thinking like, I already know what you're thinking. Boy, I know how to avoid the bullshit now. Bro, I don't know what it is, but you ever heard that term? If it ain't one thing, it's another.
Yeah, of course.
Boy, all right on, Jeff. Boy. Happens to me.
Yeah, bro.
Talking about, bro, I come from California. Had a blast. Hop off the plane, some bullshit. Like, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, back to back. Stuff you just because you successful.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm telling you as somebody, it's just gonna come with it.
Yeah, the bullshit come with it.
And you gotta say that, and you gotta look at the bright side of it. Like, got all my toes, all my hands,
Facts.
all my fingers.
I say that all the time.
Nah, I'm not ugly. Goddamn it, shit, motherfucker. Goddamn, you gotta do this. You just whenever the bullshit happen, you gotta just start reminding yourself of how grateful you are for what you have.
Absolutely, that's the forefront. Gratitude, bro.
Yeah, it's your boy Lil Baby. I'm right here with Aristotle Investment.
Poppy Street, you got whiskey too for Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Big Glow, and I'm right here with my boy Aristotle.
I get it.
He about to teach me about these dividends and saving money.
It's your boy DC Young Fly, man. I'm here with my boy Aristotle.
Shout out to Aristotle. I took his class.
Man, this dude is the truth, dog. He just put me on game on like investments, dividends, stock market.
I sit around with a bunch of my friends and we talk about stocks all day now.
Man, I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. Stupid knowledge, you dig?
I've learned so much. Aristotle has put my trading level on top.
I done learned so much about stock trading, options in particular. It's really changed my whole life and concept about money and investing.
This dude taking people off the corner, man.
I can honestly just say that, like before Aristotle, dude, I was trading off of impulse. A little bit of stuff I learned off of YouTube. But this package, it's the real deal. It'll get you trading off of real facts. You'll be able to back check, and you'll be able to know what you're doing, not just jump in because you think it's right.
I really should go check out their campaign. You really got something going on. Y'all know me, I'm trying to get my 100 M's any kind of way I can. Yeah.
This is Aristotle Investments, and welcome to Stock Sundays, where I go over a recap of last week's top news you may have missed, option trade recaps and strategies I take, important data and earnings to look forward to, a watch list for next week. And if you stay to the end, I do a live Q&A.
Live. Every Sunday.
Tap in. What are you grateful for?
Honestly, bro, it's like that I'm not in the position I used to be in. Like, I try to remind myself, like, my daughter won't grow up the way that I grew up, but I'm also not stuck in the same environment that I was in. Mm-hmm. Like, my brain has been able to, like, open so many more doors and so many more opportunities that presented themselves. Mm-hmm. But I also would say I'm really grateful that, like, every day I just got an opportunity to go after it again. Because, like, I always remind myself at some point I won't have the same energy to go do the things that I'm doing. Mm-hmm. And it's like, even when, like, I think about it, like, if I'm sick, when you're sick, you always wish that you felt better. Mm. But when you're feeling good, you don't be grateful that you feel good.
Mm. Yeah.
And then it's like you get sick, and then it humbles your ass to feel good about feeling good. And it's like I try to think about it like that from that perspective, and like my mom's not going through a situation that, you know what I'm saying, like she down bad or nothing, you know what I'm saying, or like my siblings, you know what I mean. It's the same thing. It's just like I'm grateful that I'm in a position that I can be exactly who I am. Mm-hmm. And despite all of my mistakes, all of my fuck ups, mm-hmm. I can still be true to myself, and I can still love myself.
That's fact. So I also see that, and this was, I'm not shocked, but it's like, you rarely see this today. Mm. Like, you a man who could have had all the options of women, but you were like, okay, let me settle down for my peace. Why did you decide to do that?
It was really for peace. I feel like there's a lot that comes with dealing with a lot of women. And I always talk about it like, mm-hmm. I think everything has its pros and cons, mm-hmm. but it depends on what season you in life.
Facts.
So like at the season where I was just fucking around, mm-hmm. is because I was young, getting a lot of money, and I was reckless. Mm-hmm. And then I made a couple mistakes and humbled my ass, and I'm mm-hmm. like, all right, now I need to settle down. And for me, mm-hmm. like the right girl presented herself at the right time. And for me, it's now like, there's just a certain level of peace that I have knowing that there's somebody that unconditionally loves me. So like it's not about the money, because I already had money before you came, and it's like you already have your money too. Because I would say the unique thing is that my girl has her own business, and I always thought that that would have been like it would have been conflicting. But in reality, I can learn with somebody at the same time, but I can also teach somebody at the same time, even if I'm elevator, if they're above. Like, it's just, you always, I think you told me this, it's like you got to always have 3 different people you can learn from. Or actually, my friend Will told me this. It's like you got to be able to teach people, you got to be able to learn from people at the same level, and you got to also be able to learn from people above you. And you got to get all 3 levels of learning in order to like make a well-rounded person, a well-educated person. You got to learn from all levels. And I always remind myself, like, because I'm in a relationship, I don't make a lot of dumb moves. Like, I'm not getting set up by girls, or I'm not hungry and shooting shots. Like, my focus is just different. Because, like, the only thing I'm worried about is bringing this bag back home so we all straight. And also, when you got kids, it's like, I don't ever want to, like, create another household where my kids is not with me. I will never, like, that's my biggest mistake of all time. My kids not being able to live with me in the same household because me and their mom don't see eye to eye, or because that wasn't really my person, like, that will forever be the most damaging thing to me. And that's what I feel like. There's certain months or certain weeks where I might feel it like more than ever. And it's like, man, like, it'll mentally drag me down.
That baby mama drama shit for real, ain't it, bro?
It's different.
I never experienced it, but I be hearing what y'all go through, and then, you know, even if me and my wife have a disagreement, it's like, boy, this shit is affecting my day. So I can only imagine somebody outside of my house affecting my goddamn day.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Or they doing stuff with your kids and they holding them in between. It's just not healthy.
Got certain men around my kids. Like, I don't be putting that to perspective, but I know that shit, like, it's heartbreaking to a man.
It is. And it make you, like, look at women differently, too. And the thing is you can't write every woman off, though. It's like, yeah, but I mean, I don't know, because it's like today's society, I wouldn't want to be dating right now, just to be completely honest.
Why do you say that?
Right now, it's just a fucking storm, bro.
It seems like it.
It's so bad. Like, shit is so normalized. Like, I don't want my girl always naked on social media.
Right.
That's just not, like, I grew up, like, my grandparents, I grew up a lot with my grandparents, and they from down south.
Right.
So it's like the way they operate is just different. And like, for me to have that, like, kind of be around a marriage and then being married for 60 plus years, you start learning what you really want in a marriage if you do get married. And it's like, shit, I don't want that for myself. So I'm gonna look at the things that I want for myself, and then look at the things that I don't want, and then align myself with what I do want.
That's how I see it too, bro. Like, it's like, even then, like, I learned you gotta go what works for you. For example, like with my girl, I don't want her front line. I said, look, both of us can't be stressed by this damn social media shit.
Facts.
Somebody gotta have peace. It gotta be balanced. You have to automatically be more peaceful than I am. The man is supposed to deal with the chaos.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Because we know how to handle that. We know how to persevere. Women can shut down for real.
Emotions.
In terms of chaos. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They cold shoulder. They gotta, like, they don't know how to really be mad and move on the next day.
Exactly. Or handle business.
The next hour.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, bro, it's been times where I screamed at a motherfucker, go get some paper 2 hours later.
Right.
You think a woman could do that? They shut down that day.
Yeah.
So I say that to say, I said, baby, please don't start no business.
Right. There's a lot that come with it, for sure.
Don't do that right now. We wealthy.
Right.
We taken care of. The hell with what these entrepreneur women say. They're really miserable. They telling you, hey, go start a business, go get something without your man, go do this, go do that.
But they not
whole
married.
time, yeah. But then whole time they lonely at night. They ain't got no man to protect them. So they house getting, you know what I'm saying? When something happen, no man to protect them.
Right.
When they feel lonely, they getting treated like you a high value woman, but you getting treated like the
rest of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Men just want to smash, and
that's true.
So I'm not saying I want my woman to have a bit. My woman actually is a business owner, but she's a co-business owner of mine.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? She's a boss woman, a business woman, but you know, I'm the CEO of it. She's the COO.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
You need both of them.
it's yin and yang, bro. And I had to learn that. And I also learned what my love language is. Sometimes you gotta learn what your love language is. Like mine is a woman making sure I eat, you know, loyalty, making sure I eat, helping me get paper, and no influence, like following my influence.
Yeah.
I want to lead, and I only want to be your leader.
Yeah.
Not your mama or your friends.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, and if you can't get a woman fully on board with what you got going on, I don't see no purpose.
I don't either. Literally. If they don't want to make your vision come true, it don't make sense.
I don't care if your father called you. It has nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying? You gotta even trump her father.
That's real. I mean, that's
Like,
why.
am I right or wrong though, bro? Like,
But that's
you gotta
why
come before all that.
But that's why when you get married, the father gives you, you know, to
Thank
the
you.
husband.
Like, but some women, like you said, these modern women, they don't understand a lick of no principles.
That's what scares me. There's
Yeah.
a certain level of like masculinity that's starting to affect their brain. Like I'm always supposed to do it on my own when in reality you're supposed to like just take care of like and I don't like to mean it like put it in that type of term, but it's like if you look at how the world was before all this social media shit,
Right.
that's how it was. And the only reason I'm saying it in that perspective is because that's what I seen in my household when I was growing up with my grandparents.
Yeah.
My grandmother, she took care of 8 kids. You know what I'm saying? She worked a job on the side. My grandfather ran a construction business. Everything was straight.
He took on all the stress of the world.
Exactly.
But that's what made him so calm, because he can't just, the reason why, you gotta think, we as men can't just go out hitting everybody in our house and getting mad. Now some men get drunk and do that, and that's messed up. But that's kind of rare. Like
Yeah.
a stand-up man, go fight the world, come back home, don't bring it home, and then pretend like everything good,
Yep.
even if he feeling like shit.
Yeah. It's like you went to war and you washed your wounds at home and now you cool.
Sooner before I even walk in that door,
Exactly.
check myself before I see my kids.
Yeah.
I could, you know what I'm saying? I'm very good at that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
gotta be.
saying? But I seen my stepfather do it.
Yeah. The same. I've seen that shit too.
Yeah, like when you gotta witness a man do it. I seen my grandfather and my stepfather do it. You get what I'm saying?
You learn a lot. I feel like people think that you only learn when you're trying to learn, but you can learn from things that you don't like as well. I feel like you
Yeah.
learn more then.
I learn more from other people's mistakes.
Exactly.
And I'm learning this too. Sometimes it's not good to be the first. And sometimes it is. I feel like you just gotta
Be lucky or some shit.
What? It's just luck.
Be luck. Yeah.
Like I'm lucky to be the first young black man talking about the trading options thing at a young age, like young pioneer of it, right?
Right.
And make it cool. But then I'm also lucky that I wasn't the first to tell people, hey, I'll invest your money.
Facts. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because that's where a lot of people went wrong in our space. I learned, if I'm looking at, like, I watched this dude, Pocket Watcher, and we being transparent here. And then when I go see a pattern of everybody he exposed, there's a common denominator.
Yeah. They taking people money.
I can do this for you. You don't have to lift a finger.
Yeah. Never.
It's impossible for you to handle 1,000 people's work.
Yeah.
Only a robot can do that.
It's true.
If you don't got the program, you don't got it.
Yeah.
You can't manage. And then I had to learn. Here's another thing. There's a difference between good marketing and good business.
Yeah.
And you need both in order to succeed. You need a good front end and a good back end.
Right.
And both of them got to be just as strong. And as your front end increases, your back end got to increase too.
Facts. Exactly.
And if you leave one behind, it's going to be some unbalance at some point. Both got to be the best.
Right.
It's hard to do.
Very.
Some people get it confused. They be on some they get ahead of themselves. I believe I'm here.
Right.
But I know my skill set is not here. I know my back end isn't there.
Right.
They deep down inside, people know it. I'm gonna give this the college try. And if I pull this off, I'm Houdini. My name gonna go legend, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Glad you did that first, because I know not to do that shit.
No lie.
Thank you. I'm not doing that, goddamn it. No, I can't invest your money for you. I know what you gonna do if I lose this money.
Exactly.
Bash my goddamn name through the goddamn. It's the end of everything I ever exist.
Yeah, gotta keep a clean name. Got to.
So I'm learning just that too. Like, it's cool to be the first sometimes, and it's not cool to be the first. I've said it's not cool to be the first for something negative. No.
Yeah. You don't want to be the first to learn that lesson.
And it's unfortunate that some people's lives have to be sacrificial lambs for the next generation.
That's true.
And I just ask God for mercy to not make that to be, right?
That's all you can do for it.
I don't want to be the sacrificial lamb for like why something didn't work. So even when I bought this building, I said I got to put up my own money. Nobody, if I learn anything, nobody wants to hear the word, this didn't work out.
Right.
No matter what people say, when they putting up real bread, they don't want to hear that.
Right.
So I was like, when I buy this building, I got to put up every last dollar. People keep saying the banks, this, that. It's not going to fail. But at the same time, I thought of it from two perspectives. I know it's not going to fail. But on the mere fact it doesn't work out, at least I don't owe nobody nothing.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best way to be.
I just lost, and I lost my own money.
Yep.
But how do I lose? It's a building. It has equity. It's real estate.
Right.
All this fails, sell it for $4.
Exactly. You're right back in the green.
Right back in the ring.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? I bought, this is a free building. That's how I see it.
Right.
Because if I sell it, I'm going to get it right back.
Exactly. So you never really lose it.
You know what I'm saying? And then, if I have the idea and I have the money anyways, because why would I be chicken shit to use my own money?
Right.
Everybody's saying, go get a loan, go get a loan, go get a loan. Yeah, I did that the second round, but the first round, I got to at least put up half.
Right.
Because I don't want to be this much in debt.
Yeah, facts.
Got to be this much in debt. I can't lie. I'm not that big debt type of guy.
I'm not either, though. Definitely not.
Everybody say that's cool. It's not cool if it don't work out.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, hell no. And then you got to file for a bankruptcy.
Different
and all
folks.
that. Yeah,
Different strokes for different folks.
it ain't for me, bro. But nah, man, like, this out the mud thing is like a conversation / man talk / how did you do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there any other, like, what have you learned about life that you would like to share about or share to the audience?
I feel like the best thing I could really tell, I wouldn't say it's going to apply. I mean, I feel like it will apply to everyone, but really right now I'm just talking to my younger self. Like, always stay true to you. And like, you're going to make mistakes. Like, you gotta learn how to forgive yourself. That's something that I had a really difficult time forgiving myself for stuff. Because I always thought, in your head, you think you're supposed to be perfect, but when you make mistakes, you gotta also remind yourself that you're human. And it's like, you don't necessarily want to hear that when you do make a mistake because you wish that you could just go back and change it. But what I've learned is like, you stress because you think too much about stuff that's in the future, and you anxious because you wish you could change stuff that's in the past. But like, you never where your feet are. And like, I just try to remind myself, just be where my feet are. Just be here in the moment where I'm at. Look at my surroundings, breathe in the air. What do I feel? How I feel? And I feel like the best thing you can do right now is like, learn how to also weather the storm, because life gonna keep throwing different stuff at you. And I feel like people think money is gonna be the solution, but I've learned with more money comes bigger problems. And it's like, the problems never go away. The problems scale with the money and the potential that you reach in. So it's like, you gotta just be ready for whatever. You just gotta be ready for the smoke at the end of the day. And I would say just, like I said, stay pure. Understand how to like create your own energy. Learn how to curate your own energy. Learn how to look at who around you and ask yourself if you want to be like them. If you don't, cut that shit off. Don't have no emotion, no ties to it, no nothing. Just sometimes you got cold turkey stuff. And then also, if you know you're not supposed to be doing something, stop doing it. or if you know, you keep telling yourself you're gonna go to the gym, you keep telling yourself you're gonna work on your business, you keep telling yourself you're gonna stop consuming so much bullshit, then stop doing it.
Right.
Just like stand on everything that you're saying. And 9 times out of 10, if you just like place the bet on yourself and just give it enough time to play out. People try to get a return too quick. It's like, nah, let that shit play out first.
That's because you made your first 100,000 at what age again?
19.
And now you 25.
Yeah.
I made my first 100,000 at 22. Right? I'm 28.
Right.
Same thing, that 6 year.
Got it.
So we understand money don't fix everything. We understand certain things. We, grasp life a little earlier. And you got to realize that too.
Yeah.
But be also thankful for that. Like, I thank God that I'm nearly retired at 25. That is a young age to be retired, bro.
Very young.
Congrats.
I appreciate it, bro. A lot of work.
Yeah. It did put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, like you said, I had to learn that too. You can't, I forgot what interview I was listening to, but the guy was a great man. But he was allowing people to, it's like people feed into what the doubters.
Right.
And I learned that I can't do that.
Yeah.
I don't know my doubters. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't really feed into it. So that's what, remember I was telling you earlier, never allow the world to humble you.
Right.
Never allow that world to take that roar out of you. Every man is a lion, and we all have the ability to roar.
Right.
And if you're not careful enough, the world will take that from you.
Smart.
It'll take your pride. And it'll have you like, that's what they want. That's why everybody telling you to be humble.
Yeah.
Be like me. I quit.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm not confident no more. Why can't you just play the video game after work? Stress about life like me. That's what they saying when they say be humble.
Right.
Be like me, man. I gave up.
Right.
Join us. It's a big party of us. Be in my circle. And I learned that's the trick. That's the game. That's what they want.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And you gotta learn that sometimes the devil speaks through other people.
Some bar.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so you're a warrior. God wants you to be a warrior. But how can you be a warrior if you're not battle tested?
Right.
So these battles that you're going through are because you're a warrior. And these are your battles. And you gotta defeat them.
Yep.
But one thing you gotta stand tall and say, I'm a warrior. And on top of that, I'm not finna allow you to make me feel bad about who I am, the mistakes I made. Because everybody got skeletons in that closet. No matter who.
I learned that late.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, once you learn that, yeah.
Just learned it at a time.
It takes time to learn.
Exactly. That's what it took longer for me to learn after I was going through.
Everybody insecure about something. Everybody stressed about something. And everybody got something from the past that haunts them.
Exactly.
Right? So, but everybody deals with it. Some people deal with it better than another person.
Exactly.
That's all it really is.
Right.
I'm glad I'm on that spectrum who know how to deal with it better than other people.
Yeah.
And the ways I deal with it is a little bit of weed. Goddamn. I can't lie, bro. I tried to quit that shit 100 times.
Yeah.
And some bullshit happened. And it'll make me go back to what is my coping mechanism. I still work out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still physically fit. But this drug is gonna have to have a hold on me until I retire. Cause I can't, I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. Like, I don't know no other way to physically get rid. Like, bro, the gym don't do it for me. Unfortunately, I still feel how I felt after I got out that gym.
Yeah.
But it does make me feel healthy.
Right.
It makes me feel prepared. And that's why I go to the gym. Cause I'm a warrior.
Exactly.
Right? I have to be prepared for another man's attack.
Exactly.
If I'm out in public.
That's the big reason I love the gym too.
Yeah.
And like that's why like boxing has been something like I've been picking up. Like
Yeah.
it's just the simple fact that like when you have kids, you just got to be willing to die for them.
Exactly.
And it's just like that's just what it is. That's where I'm at in life. Like I'm willing to die for mine 100%. And my last name holds so much weight. You'd never be able to slander my last name because I'm just not going for it. But it's just like that level of pride, like you said, you just can't lose it. And I feel like you gotta find
They'll
it.
take it from you, bro. They want to take it from you. It's everybody's job when you become successful to make you seem less than what you are.
Yep.
And I stay true to myself in any room. And sometimes I stayed so true to myself that I was disrespectfully myself. I ain't gonna lie, like sometimes I'm disrespectfully myself.
You gotta be sometimes though.
Like I was in Africa, them niggas looked at me like the audacity. Nigga, I around the prince of this, prince of that, king of this, king of that, smoking gas out of bomb. In front of their asses, goddamn. Cause at that time, I done made 8 figures this year. I get it. You African, you a billionaire, you this, you that. But I still gotta go back home to Atlanta.
Right, we all kings at the end of the day.
But they think I'm a real king. You're not. The audacity for you to be more too confident in yourself.
Right.
Then they go to following me for years, for those years. I'm like, oh, that's why little bro acting like that. Now they know.
Yeah.
But at the time they didn't. I was so like I didn't see that I was being disrespectful.
Right.
And I didn't care either. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because do you care that about how I feel? That's how I see it.
Exactly.
Why are you more important than me? That's how I see it. No matter where I go, why are you more important than me?
Right.
Fuck you too. Shit, you get what I'm saying? Like that's how I see it.
Yeah.
So you see it as, man, you be around certain people, you gotta act a certain way, then I don't need to be there.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, you never gonna make it to this level. So fucking what?
That's not, that level not meant for me.
Not thank you.
Exactly.
Everybody ain't meant to be a billionaire. I could still travel, still take a PJ, still buy that Ferrari, still buy that Cybertruck.
Exactly.
My kids straight, my mama straight. Who cares? I'm gonna go be myself.
Exactly.
And when I realized that not everybody can accept that. But all I'm gonna say is, bro, be disrespectfully yourself.
Yeah.
Like and I had to learn that. Like you gotta get real disrespectful with it. Fire people, all that shit.
Yeah, you got that's
I know you've been firing motherfuckers.
firing the fuck out of people, bro.
Fire his ass.
Yeah,
you don't want to do the work, fire his ass. Who are you?
Yeah.
You too good to do the work?
Find somebody else better.
And I'll suffer. I'm the type of nigga to go homeless if I ask somebody for something.
Yeah.
That's why I'm betting on my words. If I say fuck you, that means I go homeless without you, without your help.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? I'm that type of guy.
Betting on myself 100%.
What?
Every time.
Wherever I land in life, that's my responsibility. If God don't want me to have it, I weren't meant to have it.
That's it. Just like that.
What I'm not about to do is humble myself to satisfy you.
Right.
Because I learned what that humble shit does. It makes you not want to go because you take the belief. You know what I'm saying? Humble by their definition. Humble really by definition is putting other before self.
Right.
And we do that every day.
Every day.
With our women and our kids. So by default, we're technically humble.
Yeah.
You're just not included in this you know what I'm saying?
Right. It's just got to be like that, though.
Gotta be like that. I learned you gonna make people mad, bro.
Hey, if it mean I got to get to the top with me and mine, and you got to be mad, it's just the way it is.
I'ma shoot for the stars, and wherever I land, I'm comfortable with.
Exactly.
That's really my game.
Yeah.
It just so happened that my shooting for the stars so happened to land a further star than others, but that doesn't mean I'm better. It just means whatever effort and whatever strategy and whatever blessings that were meant for me just so happened to be on another level. But that doesn't mean his motion isn't less important or less significant.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Or impact, yeah.
You get what I mean? I made an impact, but you have too.
Exactly.
I'm a young rich person, but you are too.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
I took care of my family, you did too.
Yep, always.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how you gotta look at it. Like, what has this man done that I haven't?
Right.
I did it too. And if I haven't, I gotta go do it. That's inspiration, but I ain't finna hate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I always, even when I see a young guy, I'm like, bro, keep your head up, because if not, that's what they want.
Yeah. Don't want to catch you slipping.
Especially when you're young.
I still get it right now.
I know.
Yeah. Sick work, but
Nobody wants you to have it.
especially when we in this space where everybody older.
Definitely don't, because they just not getting it.
Exactly.
I spoke to an OG yesterday. I said, and this is what I want you to do. And it's the honest truth. This is what's gonna fuck your head up. See, from our perspective, we think old niggas haters, right?
Right.
Cause look who we around. A bunch of older niggas who got it at the same time we did. You see how we had money for the last 6 years.
Right.
Them too.
It's true.
They got it in the last 5-year time frame. So they don't see it as, I challenge you to go talk to these niggas in their 40s and 50s who had it since their 20s.
Right.
Have you ever met them?
I've met a couple.
Weren't they the most down-to-earth niggas
Yes.
you ever seen?
The realest, I swear.
I couldn't even, it's like I saw my future self.
Exactly.
It gives me goosebumps, bro. Like when I talk to Michael Vick, when I talk to Cliff, when I talk to Fly, when I talk to Dutch, and it was one more, and then Pimpin' Ken the other day. When I talk to these men, all 5 of these men had an M in their 20s.
Right. It's a different level of conversation.
It's like they looking right at themselves. It's like you talking to a mirror, bro.
Right.
Perspective of you talking to a person who got money at a young age, but 3 years older than you, but you see, like, I'm kind of like I'm talking to myself.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, it's a different level of speaking.
Real shit.
If I were you, I wouldn't even focus on niggas who got it at the same time as you. They really not gonna understand you, bro.
Yeah. It's the people who already had it.
Please go talk to only them. I learned now, I gotta find these niggas who had that M. When I talk to Vic, I realize I'm talking to a man who signed a $100 million contract at 25, 23.
Yeah.
So everything, so you gotta think money doesn't impress us at all.
Right.
Vic no billionaires. Arthur Blank, him, them. Cliff, all them. Ain't nothing you could do to impress these guys.
Right.
They impressed that you young and you on your shit,
Yeah.
but that's not the end goal of why they impress. They impress because of this,
Yeah. Heart and character.
not because of this.
Right.
This counts a little bit. It'll take you, it'll get you there, but it won't keep you there.
Facts.
See what I'm saying? So you gonna be the same way when you 40. You're gonna be like, I see that young nigga, man. I'm impressed with his shit.
Yeah. And give a handout to him.
And you gonna know now how not to hate on him. Cause you experienced that in your age.
Yeah.
It would be weird for Vic to be like, man, he can't hate.
Right.
You was the youngest, hottest shit that ever existed at one point in time.
Exactly.
T.I., same thing. How can he hate on someone? He another dude like that.
Right.
Man, you remember the old T.I.? Nigga used to look like this. King of the South, fuck nigga. All that.
Yeah.
Humble as could be now, bro. He had to go through it. I gotta go through it. You gotta go through it.
Real shit. And y'all gotta go through it.
Keep roaring, bro.
Always.
You got 5 more years of roaring.
Oh, I got more years than 5. We gonna make it stretch.
I'm talking about like you know what I mean.
From a young
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah. Like say you young. As soon as you turn 30, nigga, like, damn, boy.
You pushing 30, bro. That shit crazy.
Right. It's your boy Aristotle, man. We had a great conversation about life, about men, stuff like that. Tez, you know. As y'all see, we already know each other. Make sure y'all tap in. Dope episode of Out the Mud. We lit, man. From the ATL.
Sir, tap in.
Here's why you need to get this ebook right now. It is the best stock market ebook on the market. And to cater to you guys' short attention spans, everything I can't say on one page, I say in the video. So all you gotta do is click watch video, and it'll go straight to a video. What's going on, Mythbusters? Okay. Let's get this thing started. Let's get this thing you'll see that I'm talking about a lot. Is something we're always going to be doing, day trading especially. Facebook users, click the link. Instagram users, you can simply comment the word book on any of my posts or under this post to get the link sent to your DM for the book. It is $24. It will literally teach you from A to Z how to get started. Let's get it.